Welcome to the FAB 5 skills testing segment. We're going to go over 10 different skills that players are going to be tested on throughout the fall. These skills are going to make you a better basketball player. It's going to force players from week 2 to week 9 in an 8-week period to improve these skills. Shooting, quickness, jumping, strength. Take a look at what we have to offer. The first skill test is a figure-8 cone dribbles. I love this because it works on the transition skills you need to be a very good ball handler. You start out with the ball in your right hand and you cross over before you get to the next cone. It also works on the hooking skill. Now the left crossover, right hook, right crossover, left hook, left crossover, right hook. So you see all those elements at play in figure-8 cone dribbling. Now we're going to watch one of our best rising 9th graders, Jarrett Stokes, demonstrate this drill in full action. Good, that's it. Crossover lower, hook, crossover tight. Keep that ball low. A little bit faster. Yep, you want to go as fast as you can. Hug those cones going around the corner. And stop. Each player will be tested on this drill for 60 seconds. I like 60 better than 30 because 30, you don't have to be in great shape to put up a good score. But after 60 seconds, you better be in shape if you want to put up a good score. A good score on this, for your age group, you're on your way getting ready for the season. Your ball handling, your right-handed, your left-handed, your transition crossover and hook moves will be ready to go. Basketball is about jumping. We see it on TV all the time. But not just for the purpose of dunking a basketball. It's important to get off your feet quick for your shooting, your rebounding, just becoming a better athlete. And at a young age, you need to start. We're going to test the vertical jump week 2. Give you 8 weeks to practice some of the drills we give you. And then week 9, we're going to see if you can get that vertical up. I predict with any player that follows our instructions, their vertical will realistically increase between 3 to 5 inches in that window if they listen to us and they do the drills that we've recommended to so many players that have been successful over the last so many years. John Breeden has a good technique on this. He's going to demonstrate, but let's talk about how you measure the vertical. First off, you start out reaching up as high as you can. I'm at 13.5 inches, okay? After jumping, if I jump to 20, then I'm at a 6.5 inch vertical, which is probably where it is right now. That was about 42, where you were right there. Yep. That was about 43, at least right here. Okay, let's get some other. We got G here. Little guys can jump. I think you're at about 10 right there. Yep. Okay, I missed that. You might want to try it again. About 38, okay. All right, Jarrett. Girls, boys, no matter what age, you're going to be working on your vertical jump this fall. You're at 2.5. That's pretty good. Dude, go ahead. Okay, Jarrett was at about 21.5. That's pretty good. You might have the highest vertical here today for your reach. Get ready to jump. The next test is probably the most important to coaches out there wanting their players to get ready for the season. Improve your defense. It's all about your lateral slides and your lateral ability. Can you guard a quick player? Can you keep somebody in front of them? This drill right here will make it happen. This drill has a technique to it. This young man is quicker than probably I've ever been. But there's a technique that even if you're not one of the fastest players around, you can stay in front of a player if you sit in that defensive position, okay? Keep a gap between your feet and do your defensive slides with shorter, choppier steps. Why the shorter, choppier steps? Because if you start to bring your feet together, look what happens. You start to stand up. You start to cross, you'll get crossed up on a crossover. If you stand up by bringing your feet together, while somebody's switching and going a different direction, you will not be able to recover. The shorter, choppier steps will allow you to cut the person off. If you can cut someone off once, not too many players can make 2 moves without the help side defense helping you out. Let's watch G demonstrate this drill the way it's supposed to be done. You get 60 seconds. How many cone touches can you get in 60 seconds? We're gonna give G a chance to set the bar for the rest of you guys this fall. Let's see what G can do. We're only gonna give him 30 seconds. Let's see how many cone touches G can do in 30 seconds. While not bringing the feet together or crossing, G's doing a very good job. Short, choppy steps. You start to slow down because, believe it or not, doing it the right way, most players aren't in shape to do it. We got 3, 2, 1, stop. Okay, that's 25 touches in 30 seconds. That's almost a touch for every second. Imagine, look at this guy. Imagine a 60-second interval. It's time to get to work, guys. The next skill we're going to test is offhand layup accuracy. Players are going to go from the left elbow to the basket, working on a proper left-hand layup. Then they're going to sprint back out, put their foot on the left elbow, sprint back, and they're going to do this in a repetitive motion, like you're going to see Jared do in a second. 60 seconds of this, from week 2 to week 9, skill testing, 8 weeks of practice. That left hand or that offhand should be a lot better. Let's watch Jared in action. That's right, keep going, that's right, that's why we're working on it. Try to jump off your right leg using your left hand. The whole goal of the drill is a proper footwork. Okay, now stop. What you're gonna wanna do, Jared, and this is what we'll do in our instructional segments with the kids and the skills, is teach them that as they're going with their offhand, they're gonna jump off the right leg, kick the left knee up. So that's gonna be part of your test, so go ahead. Good. Let's do 2 more of those the right way. There you go, good, good. And it's a little awkward for a player if they're not used to going it offhand really hard. Okay, 60 seconds of that at full speed develops offhand layup accuracy. Okay, our next test is a push-ups test. Let's keep it real simple. Push-ups were good enough for Herschel Walker. It's good enough for us. Naturally, a number of players are doing strength training in the off season, but if you do a good dose of push-ups every night, you're good. And it's not just how much you lift, how much you can curl. It's an endurance test with your strength. And push-ups are one of the best ways to get your muscles ready for basketball, especially if you're doing the push-ups the proper way. 60 seconds, how many can you do in 60 seconds doing it the right way? Let's talk about that right way. All right, let's have G get down and John in a sit-ups position. Your partner will actually put their fist right here, right in the middle of your partner's chest. For the boys, girls will have an object there that as soon as they touch it, they go back up. All right, go. Okay, and stop. Now, we will spare them having to do this 60 seconds in front of the camera because that will get ugly after a while, but that is a great way to get stronger in the off season. And you're gonna see from week 2 to week 9, an 8-week period, how many push-ups you can do compared to that 8 weeks before just by doing this on a regular basis. We recommend it before you go to bed every night, work on those push-ups. Our next competition is the jump rope contest. How many revolutions and skips in 60 seconds? You think this is easy? You try it. I used to jump rope from 5th to 12th grade, and I started out with 1 minute a day, and it was hard to jump rope for 1 minute. It took me several weeks before I could go 1 minute without stopping or messing up and hitting the feet and all that. I'm sure you've done that before, Gabe. Gabe knows what he's doing. He's gonna do jump ropes. I'm actually gonna count. We're gonna see what 60 seconds looks like on purpose to see this guy breathing hard. We're gonna count his revolutions. From week 2 to week 9, you're gonna have 8 weeks to practice jump rope. Jump rope does a couple things. It gives you coordination, gives you athletic confidence, it just gives you timing and rhythm as a basketball player. G, you ready? Ready? 100. $127. Stop. Okay, I have 159. Now, you see how tired? He's holding it in. 159 skips in a minute. Now that's the record that everybody's going for. We're going to do that in every age group. Jumping rope is no joke. If you wondered how it will benefit you, just take a look at this guy right here. And he's played a lot of basketball. All right, the next skill test is the Mikan drill. This is one of my favorite. George Mikan played in the NBA years ago. He's probably smiling down from heaven. All the kids are getting better from the Mikan drill. Working on the accuracy and left hand, right hand layups, and quickness and scoring around the basket. I'm here with John Breeden, a good friend of mine. A lot better shape than I am. He's going to show you how to do this drill game speed. I'm going to demonstrate how this drill should be executed. First off, going in for the right hand layup, you want to plant the left leg, kick the right knee up with a good follow through on your shot. Then alternate right leg, left knee. And then that process continues as fast as you can. Let's watch John in action here. John, each player is going to have 60 seconds. Go. Good. See how John's keeping it above his head? That way in the game, even as a guard, if you get the rebound, you can go right up. Okay, John, thank you. So each player is going to have 60 seconds to see how many they can do. And we're going to have a competition in every age group of how many of these you can make in a 60-second window. We're looking forward to seeing how good you are. Right, so we're going to have a core strength test. One of the best ways to do it is to see how long you can hold a plank. From week 2 to week 9, if you're practicing, 8-week period, you should be able to improve. Boy, this is hard. Jared's going to demonstrate what a plank is. Go ahead, Jared. She's got to hold that without letting her knees hit the ground. When those knees hit the ground, this plank is over and her time's up. So for every player, it's going to be different. Our coaches are going to time each player to see how long they can hold that plank on week 2 in skill test. And then week 9, let's see how much they've been working on that core strength. There's a number of different ways you can work on the core strength. Through planks, through sit-ups, through crunches. A number of good instructors out there are teaching the student athletes how to build their core. But this is the ultimate test, planks. Who's going to have that record? Who's going to be able to hold that plank the longest? Jared, I'm going to spare you. You can get up. Our only skills test that measures shooting is the elbow-to-elbow shooting drill. The reason why we threw this one in there is from week 2 to week 9, we want to test if you've been practicing on shooting on the move, because the season's getting ready to start. You got to get your shot ready for game situations. And one of the best drills is being able to go back and forth from elbow to elbow, having your feet set from elbow to elbow, going inside foot on this side, inside foot on this side. That mirrors a game situation. Out of 60 seconds, how many elbow to elbows can you knock down? Let's see what John Breeden looks like. We'll give him about 20 seconds and see what it looks like here. Got to have a good rebounder too. Get that ball out to you. Guide elbow up. There you go. There you go. Catch and shoot. John, thank you. 60 seconds of elbow to elbow. Let's see who can make the most in their age group this fall. When I was a kid, I used to do fun things like juggling. You know, does this kind of thing make you a better basketball player? No, it's kind of fun though. The impossible catch, man, kids have a ball with this. You know, I spent a lot of time behind the backboard working on my shot. You know what? But in the end, none of that's going to make you a better basketball player. The drills that you saw in our workout today, the 10 skill tests is what's going to make you better. It's time to get serious. Put the games aside. Let's get better.